Emmy award-winning reporter at WABC-TV, Stacey Sager is a three-time cancer thriver over 3 decades. She's sharing the story of her valiant fight. It's a beautiful new documentary, 3 Decades, 3 Cancers. Here's how her story began.
I was 30 years old. So my story started a quarter of a century ago.
My biggest worry ever since I was a little girl was now front and center: breast cancer.
I have a huge family history. My mother died from breast cancer at 44. My grandmother had ovarian cancer. My great-grandmother had breast cancer. She lived to be 96. The only one who had early onset was my mother. So we knew there was something going on. And at 30, I had a mammogram, and it saved my life.
Yeah. And we welcome Stacey. It's good to see you again.
It's so great to be here.
Thank you for allowing us to help share your story, what you've done over these years. And that's where it all began. In your 30s, 0-stage breast cancer, then early stage ovarian.
Yep.
In your 40s, and then just recently, a more aggressive form of breast cancer.
Triple negative.
Yes, I can relate to that.
Yes.
So here you are. You said you saved your life, your own life, 3 times. What do you mean by that? And how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Yeah. I'm just grateful to be here. I have a long road ahead of me, but I'm through chemo, and I have 20 rounds of radiation starting next week. I don't have to tell you the struggle of all that, but I think we all have light within us, and even on the toughest days, we need to turn that light on sometimes, but I'm doing well. And my message is, just like I endured 3 decades, a lot of women endure 3 decades, their 30s, 40s, and 50s, who are at high risk. And there's things that I wish I knew that I didn't.
Like what? Like what?
Well, you know, when you walk in for your mastectomy, ask the obvious question: are you going to get it all out? You know, my stage 0 was here in the axilla area. This was my prophylactic side. My cancer a quarter of a century later, in the axilla area with residual breast tissue. Are you going to get it all out? We're pushing the envelope cosmetically, and I think that we need to ask those questions as young, high-risk women. And, you know, post-mastectomy too, we need to say, how are we in touch with our bodies? In our 40s, do we know our new breasts? Do we know our new breasts? Are they these foreign things that we have? In our 50s, if something is feeling wrong, we need to speak up. We need to speak up about it.
There's so many different stages that we go through and with our bodies and things like that, and just being aware. As you alluded to, last week, you finished your round of chemo. You rang the bell. We saw that happen like that. How'd you get through it again?
Well, you know, the first 2 cancers, I didn't have chemo, so I had no idea what territory I was going into. I was just so grateful to have the support structure. I worry about the women who don't, and I worry about the women who can't advocate for themselves. As journalists, we can be nudgy and we can be, you know, a pest. And I think every day, what do those women do? Do they die? I don't want them to die. I want to help women speak for themselves more. Those who don't feel assertive, those who think something is wrong but feel that they can't speak up or feel they're being doubted. I think that's so important, especially when you're at high risk. The great news is we're living longer and longer because of these preventive surgeries. But, you know, we need to be vigilant because it's a lifetime risk with my mutation of 80% chance in your lifetime. So that's your lifetime. These decades are our lifetime. And we need to keep in touch with our own body and keep the conversation with our doctors ongoing. And start the conversation about after mastectomy. Maybe we do need annual ultrasounds for high-risk women. You know, there's no protocol for screening post-mastectomy. You're told you're good to go. You're good to go. Well, you know what? We need to strike up this conversation.
And it's so wonderful that you're using your platform and you have a megaphone and you're not speaking just for you're not for yourself.
No.
You're for those who can't speak, those who don't have a platform like you have. Since 1998, you have been documenting with a camera. Just tell people why it is that you wanted to share your journey like that.
I feel so lucky to have this platform, and I feel so lucky that people listen. And the most gratifying thing is I hear from people and I say, I got a genetic test when I saw your piece on genetic testing, and guess what? It changed my life. You know, now I'm okay. Or I got a mammogram because a mammogram saved your life at 30. Well, guess what? You know what? Now high-risk women are going to say, oh, maybe I will get an ultrasound every year, or maybe I will have that extra appointment with my doctors, or maybe that funky pain I'm feeling. You know, I had a funny pain. That's what brought me to the doctor. I was sleeping on my right side, and in July that pain blew up, and there was a wait to get in, and I had to be a pest and change institutions and doctors, and it was an ordeal for me, you know. And I know people in the community, in the medical community, so it's an ordeal for everyone. But you have to speak up.
And you are doing that, and you are doing what Mama said: make your mess your message.
Well,
and you are doing
you're
that.
the champion.
And you know, there's somebody. I have no doubt, Stacey. Somebody was watching this morning, and they're going to go out and they're going to get tested because of what you said today.
And my mom, bless her soul, hopefully she's watching.
No, she is.
Yeah.
Alongside of mine, alongside their heavenly balcony, swinging their legs right now, saying,
I'm
"Look at him!
telling
Look at him! Look at him go!"
She's
Bless your
hopefully
heart.
proud.
Yes.
Thank you.
You can watch Stacey's full story, 3 decades, 3 cancers, on abc7ny.com. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.